Mike Tomlin hinted that defensive coordinator Keith Butler could retire. Now, he's 65 years old. He's been with the Steelers organization for as long as you were there. Since 2003, he became the team's linebackers coach, then took over as the defensive coordinator in 2015. What I wanted to know, Ike, was this was someone that you are familiar with, having been and played in that locker room. Like, what is your best Keith Butler story from your time with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I mean, he was sending, at the time, he was sending nothing but inside linebackers to the Pro Bowl. You know, we can start from Jason Gildon. I'm sorry, something in my eye. We can start from Jason Gildon. After Jason Gildon, it became Joey Porter. After Joey Porter, it became James Harrison. After James Harrison, it became a Larry Foote. After Larry Foote, it became a James Ferry. After James Ferry, it became a Lamar Woodley. After Lamar Woodley, it became a Ryan Shazier. After Ryan Shazier, it became a TJ Watt. So you can just go down the line of the head coach and of the outside linebacker, inside linebacker coach Keith Butts. Then he wound up being a defensive coordinator on his specialty when it comes down to inside or outside linebackers. He just put everybody in the Pro Bowl, and he's probably going to have 2 to go to the Hall of Fame, 3. So it'll probably be a James Harrison, it'll probably be a TJ Watt, and it'll probably be a Joey Porter. So that's impressive. You didn't coach 3 guys possibly that's going to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Ike. I mean, that speaks for itself. Now, I know Terrell Austin, the team's defensive backs coach, they could promote internally. However, Ike, a coach I want to see the Steelers consider is Vic Fangio for the defensive coordinator position, and here's why. He uses a 3-4 defensive front, and I know things didn't pan out in Denver with Fangio as a head coach. However, he was a very well-respected defensive coordinator when he was in Chicago. That 2018 Chicago Bears defense was the best in the NFL. And then when he was in San Francisco from 2011 to 2014, they made the playoffs 3 years in a row and made a Super Bowl appearance. So you talk about, okay, he might not be cut out to be a head coach, and the Broncos have had quarterback struggles really since Peyton Manning left town. But as a defensive coordinator and his defensive knowledge as a defensive coach, I know the Steelers love promoting from within, and this is no knock on Terrell Austin, who is very well respected amongst the Steelers DBs. But I would like to see them at least consider Vic Fangio for what he brings to the table, because when he's operating at full capacity, he's a very, very good defensive coordinator in this league.
Mark, I think you just hit it on the head, and here's why. When you name the San Francisco 49ers, that's a 4-3 front. When you name the Chicago Bears, that's a 4-3 front. When you let a Von Miller go and get some trades for Von Miller, that's a 4-3 front. And then when Von Miller leaves, you go to a 3-4 front. So basically what I'm saying is, regardless of my personnel, I can adjust to whatever I need to as a defensive coordinator, instead of coming in and be like, this is my defense, this is exactly what we're going to do. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Go on and get Coach Vic, because San Fran went to the Super Bowl. They had a good defense. Chicago, when he was a defensive coordinator, they damn had a good defense. And now everybody is looking at that young job for the Denver Broncos because they have young guys. All they need is a quarterback. But when you want to look at defense, what the Denver Broncos did on defense, they handle their business. So they just missing one piece, and that's the most important position at that quarterback position. So, yeah, everybody's not built to be a head coach. Dick LeBeau, he interned for Buffalo. He was a head coach for Buffalo and Cincinnati when they let the head coach go. Dick LeBeau, regardless of his Hall of Fame status, he wasn't built to be a head coach. He was built to always be a defensive coordinator. The same thing with Fannie Pack Vic. Fannie Pack Vic, he's going to be the same reason. Yeah, he tried head coaching. He's probably best suited to be a defensive coordinator. And I think you hit it on the head when we should, and I mean the Pittsburgh Steelers, need to get Fannie Pack Vic.
Fannie Pack Fangio, I'm telling you right now, Ike, whoever ends up hiring him as a defensive coordinator, if he even wants to coach, he might want to sit out a year. We'll see, because he is a little bit older. I'm working to get his age right now. He is 63 years old, so he might want to take a year to recoup because he's been in Denver for several years. But the defense wasn't the problem. It was we can't find a quarterback to get into the game to win us football games, Ike. from what he brings to the table defensively, especially in the AFC West division where you got to go up against Mahomes and Herbert twice a year each. To me, the writing's on the wall right there. Whoever hires Vic Fangio, I'm telling you right now, will have a much, much better defense in the 2022 season. Mark my words.
Yeah, if Coach Keith Butts go, that would be the perfect Pittsburgh Steelers to get back there.
Yes, and that's we'll see how that shakes out again. Mike Tomlin hinted at it that was going to be the case, so we'll see.